What is going on, everybody? Antonius the Gamer here, back with Super SSS Rank. S Rank,
What's
introduce
going on,
yourself to the
y'all?
people.
Oh man, you already know, man. We're ready for another round of the rest mode, man. Just a chill night, chill
Yep,
day,
yep,
simple combo,
yep. For
wherever it goes.
volume two. Now, the concept that we have developing is just a more deeper talk or a longer talk about a couple of ideas or thoughts or even products that are just closer to our hearts that we aren't really able to get off in full with the main pod. With the main pod, we're covering a variety of different things at the same time. But Rest Mode Lounge, while it is a variety, it is a deeper, more enriched conversation, I'd say, on certain topics. Not to say that the pod isn't, and if you aren't watching the pod, you should be subscribed right now and tuned in right now. But if you want just a little bit more, that is what the Rest Mode Lounge is for. Now, we have a couple of topics that we kind of thought out prior to the episode. And one of them being the topic I initially thought of, which is. I'm blanking right now, but I wrote it down for this exact reason. Yes, consumer expectations in modern gaming. Now, the reason why this came to mind is ironically because of Mafia the Old Country being released this past week. I don't know if you've seen it as rank, but there's been a viral moment or a couple viral moments in the game where, for some odd reason, and I say odd because I don't think this is the right game to compare it to, but
hmm
they're comparing the games, some of the game's animations to Red Dead Redemption 1, where, oh, the chopping wood animation looks better in Red Dead Redemption 1 than it does in Mafia. Oh, why can't I swim in Mafia? Oh, why does the horseback riding look and feel better in Red Dead over Mafia? And in my mind, how I look at it is, I've been becoming more familiar with the term false equivalency, which I think a lot of gamers suffer from. Of like, just because these two things have similar things, do not mean they are the same thing. Of like, I don't think it's fair to compare a Rockstar big budget game, even at that time, to what Take Two is doing with Mafia. So, well, I wanted to ask, especially for Mafia being sold at a $50 price point, is there something that what is the standard now for a game? And we can kind of break them down by price points. So like what is it what would you say is a AAA $70 experience that most gamers probably expect nowadays? And is it realistic?
I think I just think a lot of gamers aren't very good at differentiating games. Like they're not good at separating words
Mm,
or categories. Everything has to be either like this or it.
mm,
Like you, for example, the Souls-like game, like we didn't have a hard time telling you, oh, it's an action game, and it plays like this. It doesn't play like anything else. But
right.
everybody wants that replicate, and it didn't help that gamer developers also did that replicate.
They replicated
No, no,
replications,
no. I know the replication,
replica.
but replications. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with replicas, or they did replicas of those types of games.
Mm,
So it was like tongue twister there. But it didn't help the ecosystem. It didn't help the vocabulary or the genre of games become more differentiate. It made everything come into this oneness that it never. Hopefully, none of these game developers intended for it to happen.
yeah,
So with the expectations, if you're gonna in people's heads or gamers now that are coming up and growing, they're used to open worlds, right? So
hmm,
if I can't swim, use a horse, or this doesn't replicate anything that I can do in this game, then it's a fail. Um, and their expectations should be held back a little because this is what happens when you only play one type of game, right?
yeah,
This is what happens when you only play one type of game and you expect it. No, it's like, no, that's why this game is gonna play like this. It's gonna do something better elements than your Grand Theft Auto could
right,
ever tell because it's more condensed, it's more focused. You just can't get that out of a Grand Theft Auto because you have too many wild cards.
right.
This one is telling you a precise story and it's going in this direction. I'm gonna be honest with you. To a degree, I understand where that that resentment is coming from. Because for me, if I'm playing like Dragon's Dogma 2, it says it's open world, but that's the most claustrophobic open world game I've ever played in my life.
It's a technicality.
Like,
Mm.
it's very frustrating because okay, I'm in this medieval world, I'm fighting dragons, monsters, various forms of monsters, but I don't get a horse for travel.
But I feel like that's something where, because, like, okay, for example, what comes to mind for me is the Marvel Spider-Man game, right? Where,
Hmm.
remember, there was that whole thing of like, oh, Spider-Man can't swim. If you fall into the water, you automatically go back to land. And then there was that
Hmm.
whole thing where it's like if you go too far out to where the boats are, it's very pixelated PS1 looking graphics, it's not rendered the
Hmm.
best. And to
Hmm.
me, like when I see stuff like that, it's like, okay, while this is, I guess, a critique, it's also like to where I would agree with you with Dragon Dogma 2. I'm like, I feel like it's almost nitpicky to the point of it doesn't make sense. Now, if you're saying like Spider-Man looks pixelated when he's swinging through New York City, by all means, go in. But these things of like, why can't I swim in Spider-Man? I'm like, when have you ever swam in Spider-Man?
And my thing is, right, no, I understand. My thing is with like something like Dragon's Dogma, or like how people are expecting Mafia to be, because they're going off of Mafia being open world. I'm guessing
For
people are
from
going,
one game.
and I think that was the game to get people to play it, or people to be invested. Oh, so the next games are gonna be this from now on. Okay, I can't wait for part two. That's what I would think, right? This is the next evolution of that game, only for me to get the next evolution of it, and it feels like a step backwards. So that's where people probably those are some of the things I could throw in there for why people are reacting that way.
Mm,
And for like a big budget game, AAA games, now you're expected. Grand Theft Auto is a somewhat standard, an impossible standard, an impossible standard.
yeah. So
But it is
okay.
a standard. If
Mm.
you can achieve it, why not? That's the expectations of the people. I'm assuming that they have now with these games. Because for me, playing Dragon's Dogma 2, I was furious, man. I'm like, yo, why? Okay, number one, where's my horse?
Mm.
Where's my horse? Two, you're showing me these environments that I can't scale on this mountain without slipping off and taking fall damage at me jumping off my bed.
Mm.
Like, come on, dog. This is crazy. So,
Mm.
and then not only that, but the variety of enemies weren't there. You keep telling me about this game and why I should care about this world, but there's nothing to care about it, right? Because if you're gonna do that genre, you're gonna have to live up to the hype of Skyrim or any of those games that touch those beats.
But that's part of the reason why I asked you that question, because I feel like, again, in the thought process of false equivalency of like certain games having the elements of other games does not mean that it is required to replicate that on that same level. Like, I do think there's some behind the scenes things that should be there, right? So for example, earlier in the group chat we were talking about how Metal Gear Solid, not yeah, Metal Gear Solid remakes multiplayer mode is not going to have crossplay. And granted, it's a single player focused game. The multiplayer is more of an add on. I get it, yada yada. But it's like, to me, crossplay is the new standard. It's just not like 4 or 5 years ago where you can kind of like, if it has crossplay, great. If it doesn't, eh. It's like playing a fighting game with no like detailed rollback netcode. Good luck, right? Like, good luck getting your fighting game to last more than 2 weeks when I'm throwing a punch and my character throws it 4 seconds later. It's not gonna work, right? So I feel like, to me, I'm like, there's certain things where I'm like, I get it from a genre perspective, right? Of like, I shouldn't be having constant pop in my open world games, for example, especially at a certain price point. But some of these other things of like, well, because I take this similar action in this game, it should be this. This is the new standard. I don't see how those things match up, especially when it comes to price tiers of like, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 1 did have that. But if Red Dead Redemption 1 came out today, it would be a $70 game. Whereas Mafia is a $50 game. You don't hold Clair Obscur to the same level that you would hold Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's just not, like, it's like, but, if you want to go off of the online fury, right? It's like, but it's an open world RPG. Why does it have these things? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm like, I'm
Hmm.
not I'm not quite understanding. And to be to their defense, to some degree, it's like, it's not like publishers have made it clear what the new standard is across the board. So that's why I'm like, what do you
Mm.
feel like is the standard of like, okay, if I'm paying $50, do I allow for jank? Like if there's a glitch or two, is it the end of the world? Is it like, oh, no, like a glitch, I'm not buying. You know what I'm saying? Or like, if the
Mhm.
if the NPCs look a little bit lifeless on screen, does that mean that it's not worth it because it doesn't have that $70 quote unquote quality of life? What do you think?
I think because of the similarities, man. It's just, and then not only that, is Mafia not like connected to Rockstar in some way or shape or form?
I think, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they have the same parent company as far as
Okay, so
publisher. I think,
there's a lot of stuff that goes into expectations nowadays, man. Nothing's off the table, actually, if I'm gonna be real.
but
Um,
that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's, and again, to some degree,
it's not
it's the
genuine, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's not genuine,
yeah.
and it's also some of these gaming companies' fault of like part of the reason why they're able to continue to take advantage. I'd say not everybody, but some of the reason why some of these games hit us with the okey doke is
Mhm.
because they don't let us know the inner workings too much. They'll be as like vague as possible of like, oh well, you guys just don't know how hard it is to make a game. It's like, no, we're starting to get more and more ideas because books are being released. People who moved away from the gaming industry have spoken at length about it, but you guys are kind of keeping us in the dark. So if you're telling me, okay, well, Mafia again had like a 20-person team and just couldn't do it, then like to at least for me, I'm a little bit more sympathetic to some of the shortcomings. I'm like, look, it was 20 people. What did you want them to do?
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, it's just extremes, man. I don't. For someone like, we knew what we knew what to expect when we heard about Mafia.
Hmm.
Like, that's like quarter water Grand Theft Auto, or was trying to be.
Hmm.
But it's just not gonna be. It's just not possible. Like, look at all the Grand Theft Auto game competitors that were there. Remember Driver?
Yeah.
Where's Driver now?
Sleeping
So,
dogs.
Sleeping Dogs. Where's Sleeping Dogs now?
Hmm.
And so, yeah, there is a false expectation that a lot of people are falling under. But I think it's, to play devil's advocate, it's just the closeness on certain things. It's a lot of variables. People are playing the games that are the same. Like, for me, I'm playing Wu Chang, and I'm like, okay, I can't jump. Y'all still trying to use Dark Souls 3 as a formula for a like, and it's like beyond frustrating, man, because it's like, well, you can't jump in other games, so why can't we do it? Like, no, don't, please. Elden Ring and the next Form Software game is gonna be a lot different
Yeah.
from what you guys are. They did that because they couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not, it's not that it was their primary choice, man.
Right. It
So,
wasn't it wasn't there for artificial difficulty. It was there for like they're still figuring it out. And your whole
still
thing is
figuring
like,
out the combat. Yeah.
man, that was a bold
This is
move.
perfect the
I'll
way
do,
it is.
yeah, yeah.
No, no, no. Did you talk to the director? You didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if I answered any of your points or made any points that you probably want to push back against, but like,
Um,
that's what I'm saying.
there's nothing I really wanted to push back against what you said. I just think like my general question, because it is a general curiosity of like I just don't understand what gamers are looking for, right? Where I'm like I just don't understand how we get the clapping seal approach when Pokemon
Hmm.
games do anything, and the graphics look like they were still made on the Wii to this day.
Dog water. You mean
Yeah,
DS? DS
yeah, DS
cutouts and
ports.
sharp
Yeah,
edges, sharp edge.
right. So I'm like, how does this game kind of get to skate by on this? But then you look at like Donkey Kong Bonanza, which for all intents and purposes seems like a fun game, and everyone's like, but the frame rate. It's like, but the frame. Do you, did you not see Scarlet and Violet? Like the game that you guys bought in the millions? Did you forget that part? What happened with that? Like that's why I'm like I just don't understand where it's like okay, so there was a puddle in the Spider-Man trailer, and because there's no puddle in the Spider-Man game, the graphics are worse in your mind. What? How? In what way?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's everything, man. It's just, people are playing on a 40x 90 or I don't know what. I'm like, yo, you're not getting those graphics on a PlayStation or an
Mm.
Xbox. So I don't know where this is coming from. Maybe they watch four Digital Foundry videos or whatever and
And
say,
now they're
oh,
experts.
I paid for this pixel. Why can't I get it? You know?
Mm. No, that's
I don't know, man.
possible.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
possible. I again, as somebody who is in that same space, same thing with you. Of like, we're not in the space of like we're not just buying everything that comes out. And you want to be very meticulous with your investments of your money for games. It's like I understand the like the tightening of the belt mentality of like this game has to really be worth it for me to buy it right now. I just also feel like at least for me, it's like there's certain things of like if I'm paying 20, 30 bucks, I'm not expecting a 60-hour campaign, right? On anything. And even with a $70 game, I'm like, what I'm really, I mean, I guess maybe it's because we're older gamers, like quote unquote, of like, if the game doesn't have glitches, if it looks really nice on my TV, if the response time is tight, like if the gameplay mechanics do what they need to do, this is a AAA experience to me. And anything that doesn't quite hit those same markers, adjust accordingly with the price point, in my opinion. Versus, again, like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, well, I thought that, you know, you could do more with Spider-Man movie 2 the game than you could do in Marvel Spider-Man 2. I'm like, yeah, but have you looked at Spider-Man 2 the movie game's graphics? There was
Yeah.
a huge trade-off to get some of those things that you were getting. If we got even if we had looked like Spider-Man movie the game 1 graphics, you think Spider-Man would be able to pile drive that thug off a building and the game not explode? No. It would have
Mm-mm-mm.
never happened. There's a reason why Hulk Ultimate Destruction is not the most graphically crisp game because you could pick up a car and throw it through a building, and that takes a
And
lot of processing
destroy
power.
all the
Yeah.
buildings. Yeah, I just think and not only that, maybe they didn't do a good job at marketing Mafia
They
2
they
and
didn't.
what to
They didn't.
expect.
They did
So
not. They did not.
that's I would understand the frustration at that point because I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, yo, they didn't do a good job at telling me what this game is exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna assume, oh, we get to go around Italy because you're showing me vineyards. You're showing me every other area that's open. You're showing me walking around with it, like, yeah. Oh man, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight at a restaurant location. I'm
Right.
waiting for this in broad daylight. I'm waiting for this.
Hmm.
Or we're gonna take out a wide vineyard or hit his stock of like something crazy. But yeah, they didn't do a good job, man.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it,
Yeah. I mean, that goes back to the point I've said on the main pod where I'm like, I do think that the era of the cutscene trailer with a little bit of walking segment gameplay or set piece gameplay, that's over. You're not doing
yeah,
yourself any favor by not showing us what it looks like beat to
that
beat.
yeah is dead. Like these cut scenes, these just CGI trailers. I think it's just gonna get you a quick thumbs down
Hmm.
as soon as possible. Oh wait, no gameplay? All right.
Yeah, like one of the things, even though like we're both like this is the wrong genre for this, one of the things that I will give about Invincible is from the first trailer of Invincible Versus, they showed us gameplay of like we know you're wondering how would Rexplosion fight Invincible. Here's how. Okay, still a stretch, but at least I know like the killer instinct energy is there.
Should have just been an adventure game, man.
No,
Y'all
I
could have
know.
filled the void.
I'm just saying, like in terms of like at
Yeah.
least letting us see what is happening versus like we're making a game like what's it called? They released a release date trailer for the Baki Knockout game that we where it's like this is basically just Punch Out with Baki. But at least it's just Punch Out with Baki, right? Like they're not trying to sell it to us as something else. Like this is Punch Out with Baki characters.
My goodness,
Okay.
man.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything deeper that we can go into when it comes to pricing. I think in terms of like,
Yeah, I mean,
mm,
it goes back to what I said, like the vocabulary, man. Like people don't know how to compartmentalize other things anymore, man.
yeah, false equivalencies. I could do this
Well,
in this
yeah,
game,
yeah.
So I should be able to do this in this game that has that mechanics. Like they're not even the same genre. Like,
You can say that for me, I would say that for a Souls game, because Souls like, because that's the definition. Something like the Lies of P, to where the games play very similar. You have your stamina gauge, and you have your Excuse you have your button layout, items to restore health, and you have your enemies spawn once you save. Games like that frustrate me because you have an opportunity to make yours unique, and you don't. You just reskin it, right? Because for and it's just it's it's frustrating, because it's like, okay, that's where, as a consumer, I can go ahead and complain and compare you to the fourth power, to that AAA game, because you're making an attempt to copy it, and you're
yeah,
not doing anything different.
but I feel like that you should only be held underneath that magnifying glass if you invite it. Of like, if someone wants to
And I
say
do.
like, right, I'm like, if you're saying I'm
Yeah.
making a Souls like, well then there's a Souls like standard I expect from you. You opened that box yourself. But like we say all the time about Phantom Blade Zero, the director
Hmm.
has all but screamed from the heavens, this is not a Souls like. And you're having these major publications like, yeah, upcoming Phantom Blade Zero, the Souls like game is like, and
uh
he's like, it is not a Souls like, right? Where I'm like,
I
now,
repeat.
yeah, I cannot say it
Yeah.
again, right? So like, I feel like he's now going to be held to a standard of like, why doesn't it have this? Why doesn't it have that? It's like, that's not the game I
Yeah.
made, and I've told you guys multiple times leading up to the release. So I feel like there's that part of it too of like, I don't know. Like it would be a little bit ridiculous, for example, if in the marketing for the Wolverine game, if we ever get it, of them
Hmm.
having to say in the trailer, "BD, by the way, this is a linear game. Do not expect an open world." In the trailer, right? Because people are going to automatically think Insomniac superhero game, open world, and
Man,
rather like the logic doesn't kick in of like you don't really want an open world Wolverine game. You don't. You think you do, but you don't. How will he traverse? The motorcycle? You want to hop off the Harley into a lunging Wolverine special?
I do actually. Yeah, I do. I do. Right.
you know?
What's that? The lunge? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The Wolverine lunge.
Right? Like to me, I'm like, does that even sound like what are we talking about here?
Well, well, Wolverine was in a helicopter and he made Zero go down. I want to do it too. I mean, I think it's yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I just like, again, like that's where my brain goes. Like I do think again there's
mm.
certain behind the scenes, again, certain base level of like, okay, at a certain price point, like I said, you have a multiplayer game, you better have some strong servers. You better have some, access to cross. Like there's like when you introduce yourself to a certain genre of the game you're making, you have to be very aware of what the market in that genre demands these days. So like we were saying the other day about the anime games, like this whole thing of like, well, I'm just gonna give you your IP. The rank is not going to exist, or it's not going to be very good online because they're not. These games are not built to be competitive. It's like, yeah, but you're making a fighting game in 2025. The days of Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, where we were just glad to be able to do online and that's it, is over. It's over. The whole thing of like Hunter x Hunter Net Impact having to push back its release date by a year because the developers realized that, oh, you guys really wanted rollback netcode. It's like, no, we
We
expect.
told you
Yeah.
this many moons ago.
We expect rollback netcode. We don't want it. We expect it. It's not the same thing. You just chose to make this IP in this genre. Well, guess what? So to me. I'm like, there's always that push and pull. As like, I sympathize, and also at the same time I am in confusion sometimes when it comes to gamers and what their barrier of entry is of what is you know applicable, right? I like even
Hmm.
thinking about Final Fantasy VII. I'm like, there's been some arguments which to maybe some degree I agree with, that
Hmm.
remake graphically looks a little bit better than Rebirth. overall. But I'm like, but
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
right? But I'm
yeah.
like, but they're doing two completely different things. Remake took place in one area. That's it. Rebirth, you're running across the plains and there's an ogre 20 feet away.
Just like in Pokemon, dog.
Yes, something. Yes, something is gonna suffer. Like,
Yeah, something's gonna suffer. But hey, with the PS6, you don't have that problem, or the PS5 Pro
right.
upgradey.
But I mean, but that's the reality of everything, right? Like, it's hardware,
Yeah,
right? Like, it's a
it's
hardware
hardware.
limitation, like everything else. So the next thing that we had, as far as wanting to do a deep dive, you had a hot take in terms of when it comes to gaming, and you were saying that you feel like exclusive games, or console exclusive games are or should be over.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it's done. I didn't feel the need to say anything about PlayStation going third party. It was just evident.
I feel
So
like
I
it's a
kind of
little bit overhyped though online.
nah, I don't. Because the fact that Helldivers is going there, that's one, and it's just I just see this. I see Spider-Man going third party. I don't see it staying exclusive. I that Tokiden game is gonna be exclusive, time exclusive. That it's just because we know Sony right now is not in the best position financially, and with the reports proving with Game Pass making them as much money as it did, as people saying it wasn't making money, it made a lot of money.
But it's not growing in money.
No, I think they said it made what, 5 million?
That's,
Wasn't those reports?
but they reported how much it made. It didn't report operating costs.
Okay,
So
okay.
what I'm saying is basically like, while yes, it could be turning a profit, it's kind of like when you see a movie, but like, this movie has made 500 million, worldwide, but wasn't your marketing budget like 200 million? And wasn't the
Yeah,
movie
okay.
200 million? So you didn't
Hmm,
really
hmm.
make like, yeah, you made that,
So let
like
me see.
your income was this, but your net profit, yeah, like the differential was not, you didn't walk away with the success. Technically, the 2015 Fantastic Four movie turned a profit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, where is that movie now? Like, where is that franchise now? All right, so I didn't mean to interrupt your point, but I think that's the lack of evidence, right? The lack of reporting is not
Hmm.
necessarily proof
So
that
it's
it's
5
succeeding.
billion.
Hmm.
Okay, it made 5 billion, part of a border trend. Okay, da, da, da. So 5 million monthly active users, made 5 billion for the first time.
Mm. But nothing about operating expenses, I'm guessing.
Let's see, operating expenses.
Well, that's dead air. So, guys, why why are you
Mm-mm-mm.
scrolling? Give me some.
1 billion
1 billion as of
hmm
when?
a year.
No, I'm saying like as of this 2025. That's the most recent report.
Per year, third party for the services and are varying. So as of right now, they didn't say, it doesn't specify, but they say around 1 billion a year.
Okay.
So if they said it turned profit, that's why they're going out in public and saying it made profit more than.
Or you just say it turns profit because that's how you keep your investors and stakeholders happy.
I don't know there wouldn't really be no point if it was being stagnant of just mentioning. They would just have to ride the wave.
I disagree.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's for the sake of public perception, right? Like, so even though you could kind of feel it when it came to Dragon Age of Elgard, what was reported in terms of
Okay, yeah.
players
While the
engaged.
operational cost of Game Pass not publicly disclosed, it is worth nothing to some related figures that offering a glimpse into the financial aspect of the service. Third-party content, Microsoft reportedly spends over 1 billion annually to bring third-party games to Game Pass. Content licensing deals can range from 5,000 for indie titles and 5 million for major AAA games. Overall, profitability, despite the significant investments, Microsoft has stated the Game Pass is profitable and even closer, and even considering the costs associates with the third-party studios, associates with first-party studios.
Okay, so they're making money.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, they're making money. But I do think, yeah, I think it's just a matter of time because Sony's usually the most is the yo no, we'll sell you water and we'll sell you more water and we're never gonna buy your water. That's the type of salesman I take Sony to be. But from what I'm seeing right now, yeah, I mean they can't afford it. They invested in Concord. They're going for another live service game again,
hmm,
and so right now these guys don't care anymore. Like the advancements in technology, what's happening, like what's the point? It doesn't benefit me after they did the whole MLB thing. They would have lost a lot of money had it just stayed on
for
PlayStation.
sure.
So even with the Helldivers, I do think it's just Sony's going to do the same thing. They're just gonna follow suit. The only company right now that's gonna weather the storm is Nintendo, but only for a certain amount of time.
So even when you had suggested the topic, I'm like, okay, I think this is the one we can have a debate about because I don't fully agree with that
Hmm.
aspect. And part of the reason why I don't fully agree is, and again, we don't have all the finer details, right, of how these little things are working out for each of these companies. But I think Microsoft is also in a position that Sony is not. And I don't mean that in a good way. Whereas, so like, I think it was as of like last week, Sony also put out their reports. And the PS5, as of this year, is on track right now to catch up and then eventually surpass the sales of the PS4 despite COVID, despite the shortage, despite price hikes. Like it's selling very, very, very well. So a part of me is thinking, okay, well, if I'm Sony, the my main competition, my biggest competitor is quickly becoming a software company. So if I can weather the storm a little bit longer, PlayStation then becomes the go-to console for quote unquote top tier graphics, top tier, gaming experience. So I just have to wait. I might be down, quote unquote, like financially, but if I can kind of wait it out a little bit, at some point Xbox will drop another console. It probably won't do as well, and they'll be out just like Sega was out, and it'll just be everyone's buying PS5s or PS6s, I should say, at that point.
Mm,
So why
I,
would
I
I give up
mean,
more of my leverage in that market?
I mean, with the console that's coming out, we can expect to see. They're already letting us know we can expect to see Steam running on their console as well. So I think that's a great investment for people who want to play both PC games and Xbox games. I can merge my two libraries together, both my PC library from Microsoft, and now I can buy these games on either on the Steam with my Steam account or on my Microsoft account and have my library from my current Microsoft library onto my new console with it being able to be customizable and upgradable. I think that's a worthy buy.
Okay, but then my counter argument to that would be if I'm Steam, I don't have to play ball with you guys as far as profit cuts. Whereas, yeah, you can put our app on your console, but I'm not paying you for it. Then what? So now you get Xbox 720 and you can use Steam and play PC games, but Xbox is basically only got you at the sale of the hardware because now you're just buying PC games off Steam, and Steam is still collecting 100% of the profit. Like apps from my understanding, or access to certain things, they don't come. They either come from a mutual need on both sides, or the other person has something to benefit from being accessible on that app, right? So it benefits, I don't know, Crunchyroll to pay Delta a fee to have their app on their flights, because now more people are into anime. They might consider subscribing. Steam is doing so well that they don't need Xbox to grow their profits. If anything, Xbox would need Steam to sell their console. So if you put Steam on
But
the console, how does Xbox profit outside of initial hardware sales?
well, if Steam wanted to do kind of like a Steam Box rendition, this would probably be the perfect avenue for that.
I agree. But why do I need
Yeah.
Xbox? I don't need Xbox. That's the thing I'm asking.
Well,
It sounds
you
good on
don't need
paper, but I
well,
don't need you.
you don't, but if they're gonna do it for if they're gonna do it for a little cheaper than what I would normally do it for, I think that's the win there. That's the small compromise. Oh, okay, okay, you guys gonna do it for us? Okay, we'll compromise. We'll work something out. That's where I see the benefit being, and it probably won't be because they probably don't want to. They probably do not want to deal with the manufacturing costs. They probably can,
Hmm.
but we don't know who and how far Microsoft, certain companies Microsoft automatically owns. Like Microsoft owns the cloud. They had to break it up so people don't use their technology.
Hmm.
We know that Microsoft supplies even to a degree certain other companies, trillion-dollar companies, their software
Hmm.
because they own it. So I think there's an opportunity there in that format. Like, hey, we own this. We own this. We can give it to you for a discounted price. Here's what we want. We want to be able to Steam. We're making this thing so it would benefit you to have more of your games even being played on the Xbox. So now you have another stream of income versus a PC. So now you have the Xbox community, and you just merging somewhat merging a market. So I see the benefit being there. Maybe they might not have to pay full price for the construction of the Xbox slash Steam box,
But
if we're
all,
going to say that.
but all the things you're listing sound good for Steam. My question for you is, how does that help Xbox?
It helps their vision for them being for more flexibility. So I don't know. I guess for how does it help Xbox? That's just their vision. That's their goal. I don't understand what they're fully doing back there with if this is an Xbox, that's the Xbox. That works because now I see, okay, you can play it on a Samsung.
Yeah,
So for if the Samsung winds up having better render graphics than or is competing with a Switch too, some person might not even want to need to buy a console. If that's what they're trying to future proof themselves in a sense, then
yeah.
they're working.
But
So
that makes sense to me because you're still gonna buy the games through the Xbox app, through the Xbox
mhm.
store. You'll still need an Xbox account to access those Xbox games through your Samsung TV. But I'm like, with Steam in particular, it's like everything you had just listed to me. I'm like, that sounds all great for Steam. Oh, you guys will make the console for us. We don't got to go through the headache of trying to figure out who's gonna make it. Have to worry about taxes and so on and so forth. But that's good for us in the corporate aspect, especially with y'all boss being who y'all boss is. I don't see him being like, I'm just gonna give y'all Steam out of the goodness of our heart because it makes sense for Xbox.
Mm.
Satya seems like the kind of guy who'd rather just close Xbox and be done with the headache. Because again, I said this when we had our whole breakdown about how Xbox is nowadays. Of like, he was already sold the bag of goods of like, well, if you buy Call of Duty, we win. It's like you bought Call of Duty, and you didn't win. So I doubt like them presenting, well, if we have Steam on the console, we'll sell more consoles, is gonna be as appealing this go around. Of like, you want me to spend more money, even though we haven't recouped from the first big gamble, to work with a company that technically doesn't need us. Because everything you just said, I could put out the Steam box. I'll just go to Apple. They got it. Apple would love to have their hands in the console market. Oh, all I gotta do is put Apple Arcade on my Steam box. Take it
But
away.
I don't think Steam sold the Steam Deck at a significant loss. So there's probably I won't forget that part because he mentioned that they sold the Steam Deck at a significant loss. So there's gonna be some I don't know I see your point. You're making great points, man, and you know that's true. But we'll see. I think the only thing I could throw out there is that they probably don't want to manufacture the box, and Microsoft can afford for them to win, find a way to for both of them to win. They're gonna find they're gonna work something out.
So,
And I think maybe because they're both American companies, that also works too,
mhm.
right? Um, but
And I'm not
that's
saying like, so I don't fully disagree with you in that aspect of like, I don't think that it can't be mutually beneficial. It obviously can.
mhm,
Right? I think you're absolutely right that if Steam came to Xbox, you'd see an exponential increase in the purchase of PC games. I don't have to worry about a rig. I don't have to worry about getting my hands on a 4090 and all these things and buying more RAM. I'll just turn on my Xbox, open the app, and play my to my heart's desire. That's great accessibility wise. It's 1000% going to sell more of the next Xbox console for sure. But I would argue that Steam would have more to gain in that deal than Xbox does.
mhm,
So that's more my thing of like, okay, maybe you sell a couple more thousand copies, or sorry, copies, a couple more thousand consoles out the gate next time around because you have Steam. But then what? Then everybody on your console becomes a Steam player, and what happens? Outside of Game Pass, what will you have to entice people into the Xbox ecosystem? Definitely won't be console exclusives.
mm. Yeah. Hmm.
So that's all. Like to me, I'm like, I understand. Like I understand the whole general point of like, I don't think exclusive. I think exclusives have become less appealing than they ever have before, especially for third party companies. Like, like you said and joked about many times, Square Enix, if it's up to them, will never do an exclusive anything ever again. It's coming to every platform that they can think of going forward. However, some of these first party companies, again, Sony and Nintendo, while they are they're still in competition. They're competing in different categories of like I said, someone who bought a Switch isn't necessarily going to buy a PS5 and vice versa.
Yeah.
Versus, there's pros and cons of buying into Sony versus buying into Microsoft. And I feel
Mm.
like Microsoft, especially this console generation, has given players, general consumers, less and less reason to buy into the ecosystem outside of Game
Gotcha.
Pass. Your first parties aren't hitting. You're sending mixed messages every other week. We don't know what's going on. Whereas Sony, although quiet, maybe too quiet, when they do decide to drop, it's like, well, I did enjoy God of War Ragnarok for the most part. I did enjoy like it's like they're still dropping enough stuff where it's starting to look like, we're having fun inside the club and you guys are a little bit more outside the club. Of like you have more to we have more to gain from allowing you guys to play Helldivers than it just being good for all, if that makes sense. Like if we're gonna go live service, a live service should just be on everything. Makes sense. I'm even with you. I'm like maybe Spider Man be on everything because I know them licensing fees cannot be cheap.
No, they can, and it's just not seeming productive with the what's going on with the Marvel properties, like
Yeah.
Fantastic Four not making the money that they were hoping for it to make. Not well, me and you knew that, but okay,
Yeah.
you know,
It was a shock to everyone else. I'm like, the antagonist is who during the first introduction to this universe? Okay, a cosmic being versus Mr. Stretch. All right.
who can't even stretch.
Okay.
My cousin told me, my cousin told me he watched a movie with action happening.
What you mean with action happening?
He watched a movie with action happening to happen.
Got it. I got it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I saw it. I saw the movie. I
What you think?
oh so not that I advertise my personal Instagram too much, but on my Instagram I gave it a 6 or 6.5 out of 10. And I said, like,
Dang,
yeah, I'm
you
like the
gave it a
cool,
six?
yeah, the cool thing was they decided to go very comic booky, which I think was a nice change. They were in the
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic Car, like there's a lot of comic booky things happening, and I think
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the MCU is better to lean into that than to try to make everything quote unquote grounded.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, there is no action other than anything Galactus oriented. And while I'm not by any means a hardcore comic book head, I'm very familiar with the concept of Galactus and the threat he presents. So how in this just under 2 hour movie are you going to, one, have me get to know the characters, two, have me fall in love with the characters, and then three, have any type of believable concept that they could take the man whose foot is the size of the skyscraper. I don't believe it.
And beat him.
And beat him. I don't believe it. I don't.
And nobody's talking about the Silver Surfer in this movie.
No. 6.5 out of 10.
So Silver Surfer versus Silver Surfer.
You know what? To be fair, it's a more of a toss up with that. Because
Okay.
while I do think there was a lot of cool scenes in The Rise of the Silver Surfer, him flying on the board upside down,
Jeez.
um, Johnny trying to catch
Jeez.
him, all great
Jeez.
stuff. There is a couple of scenes in the new movie where the new Silver Surfer was doing her thing.
Okay.
I'm not. There was a scene in particular which is good for her, but not good for the movie. Or like, I think this was the most action oriented scene in the movie, and it's halfway through. So I'm like, this midway action scene was better than the climax.
Oh
Take from that what you
man.
will.
Oh man.
Take from that what you will. You know. But yeah, I think like you said, the Marvel things is expensive. I think if well, I mean, Marvel Rivals did come to everything, but I'm like, if Marvel Rivals was not doing the greatest cosmetics wise, you would be seeing a Switch 2 port at some point. Like Marvel Rivals is coming to the Switch. Like we got to
Dang,
pay for
yeah.
these fees somehow.
Definitely, boy.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm like Spider Man maybe, but all these memes I've been seeing, oh Kratos is coming to Xbox. I'm like, no, he is not. No, he is not. No, he isn't.
Um,
Helldivers is not The Last of Us. I'm sorry. Sony doesn't even look at it that way.
I heard Days Gone is coming.
We know how they feel about Days Gone.
Okay.
Only game that they had that turns a profit and they don't want to make a sequel. Or a movie. Or a TV show. You got World War Z the game. You pay it no mind.
Mm.
An eyebrow from you would get raised if Uncharted, The Last of Us, or God of War came to Xbox. Then I'm like, okay. Even Horizon, I'm like, man,
Horizon ain't going nowhere on Xbox, man. It's just it can stay over there, dog.
but out of the big games that would,
Yeah, Horizon.
please, please, like Aloy, please.
No Neil Druckmann
No,
or
not
Neil Druckmann
that's not.
friends.
Yeah,
I'm saying no Neil Druckmann and friends. Yeah, no,
please.
nah, man, nah, man, nah, man.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about the exclusives before we move on, or
Yeah, I just think it's the end of the days, man. This is the beginning of the end. It's just gonna, it might just take a longer time for Sony to do it, but I think it's gonna happen. Unless they find a business model to where they can Nintendo themselves, then they're good. But if not,
I feel like they would try that before they go fully
and
multi-platform.
they rightfully should, please do it.
Yeah.
Please do it. Competition's great, but those lines are becoming less and less apparent, man. It's turning into the WWE
No, yeah,
in a
definitely.
way. You
Definitely.
know,
Like when you start hearing reports of like, yeah, Spider-Man 2 ended up selling 10 million copies and was still looked at as a moderate profit compared to operating expenses. I'm like, that's not a good 10 million copies of anything is amazing. And it's just like it's not enough. Whoa.
it's not enough.
Whoa, that's
It's not enough.
not good. Not a good sign. I would actually put more money if I was a betting man on us getting a PlayStation Portal 2 that's worth purchasing before the big 3 goes to
Mm.
Xbox. Better remote capabilities, better.
So you don't think they'll put the God of War Ascension, God of War 1, God of War 2, God of War 3 on there before the actual major God of War?
I
I
don't.
could see that happening.
The only reason why I don't think so is I feel like they look at some of the, especially the Greek era Kratos, as like we made as much money of it from this as we could. Like even the fact that the Amazon series is starting from the Norse side of Kratos, is like I think they're like, oh, like the original God of War 1 through 3 and Ascension are on PC. We put out a bunch of remastered releases over the years. There's
So
not
odd for
much.
Sony to not Sony. You feel me? So it's like, why would you not Sony it? I
No,
don't know. Okay.
you're right, but I'm like, but if that was the case, it's like why not do it already? Those games are ancient. God of War
Hmm.
came out 2005. If it was gonna come, it would have came already.
Hmm.
In my opinion, like at that point, all you're doing is porting it. You're not really adding any more quality of life at this. So to me, I'm like, I think while they're not a one for one on Nintendo, I'm like, there is a reason why we'll probably never be able to play Donkey Kong Bonanza on an Xbox or on a PlayStation. Like there's some you don't you don't gain any leverage by giving away your leverage pieces,
I
right?
agree.
It's like
Yeah.
if I could get a Hispanic glass Coca-Cola anywhere,
Mexican
Mexican
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola,
Yeah.
it would just wouldn't hit the same. I could get this anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
But when I see it, I don't even drink soda. But I'm like, but I know the
No
quality of what's
high
in that
fructose corn syrup?
body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring it. Yeah, let me go ahead and that old keychain that
Yeah.
I'll never use.
Yeah, that's I think Sony still has that mindset for now of like these IPs still mean something to us. This means something to me, man. It means something. I think that's what they on, right? At least for now. At least for now.
Okay, okay.
But that's pretty much it for our gaming topics for the night. We did have a couple of anime topics to discuss. One of the first one being DanDaDan season 2. Have you started it by chance?
Yes. Um,
Thoughts so far?
I don't know, man. I catch myself naturally looking forward to watching DanDaDan, man. Like
Mm,
like a tsunami lineup.
okay.
Even though I don't have 6 slots to fill so
Mm,
far. It's just DanDaDan that I'm looking forward to. I think the art style, the characters, the humor,
it's very funny.
um,
It's
it's
very funny.
it's hilarious. I mean, between the first episode being a little like, where is this going? I have prayer at 9.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got prayer at 9. Um,
Yeah. We need to figure this
should
out
I
quick
continue?
because
If
yeah.
not, I'm not gonna continue. Hmm. I'm not gonna
Let me check your
continue.
genre. This is not etchy, right? I didn't click
Yeah, I'm not
the.
into that, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. When I looked up Queen's Blade, I'm thinking it's a tournament, right? But
Mm,
it wasn't a tournament.
that's
It
a
wasn't
different
that
kind of
kind of
tournament.
tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that kind of tournament, you know? So, I'm thinking it's a hey, Final Fantasy-esque. Let me but hey, wait, where's the male? Oh, the male presence is not present because they're outside gazing along. Okay, I get it, I get it. But anyway,
Mm,
um, so far, glad we got through that part.
yeah.
Yeah. No, but no, it's fire, man. It's fire. I love it, man. So far so good, man. I'm just enjoying it. But it is eerie. They are, yeah, it is very eerie in certain things for me because like that Evil Eye saga,
Yeah.
yeah, that was. I'm like, yo, I do not like Japanese horror at all because they're like unbearable images.
But I feel like that's what kind of makes it interesting. Of like they really go
It
into the whole
does.
yokai aspect of like here's these legendary spirit stories and
It does, and it's just like I'm like, man, I can't look at this thing for like more than 30 seconds. Fast forward a little bit because it's just eerie to me. The
mm.
alien stuff is cool, it's hilarious. Um, so far, yeah, so far it's cool, man. I'm liking it. I'm not reading the manga. I'm not gonna read the manga. I
I
don't
haven't
feel
started it either. I
yeah.
might, but
I might,
we'll
but
see.
I don't,
We'll see.
yeah, I just and then yeah, so far, man, I like where it's going. I like how they introduce their characters, man. It's just refreshing, man. And it doesn't feel like it's doing this world scale type building up for some type of I'm gonna fight uh Madara or I'm leading up to fighting Aizen.
But I
It
feel
feels,
like sometimes it does. That's been the most like if I had to pick one critique about DanDaDan, I'm like I feel like sometimes we're getting a slice of life with a little bit of horror or supernatural themes, and then next it's a battle shonen. I'm like I'm not understanding what's
no, no.
happening.
I think those elements are there because they've constructed, as you can see, everybody has their own form of like spiritual influence
Right.
and power. So they're building up for like a team.
For something. Yeah.
So they'll probably go on missions. But I like this formation. I like these early stages, man. I'm embracing it. I do think they're gonna do that. I think it's gonna go that route. I think it isn't gonna be an action slice of life. However, they find a way to
It's
balance
not
it.
gonna
But I
turn
do.
into Shaman King.
Nah, it's not gonna turn to Shaman King. I mean, the first season of Shaman King was fire. Like the first drawing, wherever
Yeah.
that was raw. The second one, I don't know what they did with that. To me, it felt just like what they did Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin has no style. It's like the Pokemon team drew.
Mm.
Like everything lost its edge.
It's sterilized.
Like everything is just like, yo, I'm looking at this round version of, remember the round version of SpongeBob with
Yeah.
no edges?
Yeah.
Like that's just what I'm looking at. Perfect. Like it's just, I'm like, y'all had the perfect template. And other like Demon Slayer got more edge and more color tone than Rurouni Kenshin. I was expecting that treatment. You from them to go you foldable crazy. Plus, you already have the techniques and the the moments of suspense and thrill already given to you. Just hype it up.
I feel like it has to
But
do with the weird case, bro. I feel like we're in the step in the name of love era of Rurouni Kenshin where it's like this song is fire, but
step in the name of love. Oh my goodness, dude.
you know, I think that's my like,
Step. Dun, dun,
yeah.
dun, dun.
Let me distract and dance with y'all. Hello, don't worry about the fact of what I'm doing. Like
I
I feel like
get you. I
that's where
get
we're
you.
at with
Yeah, I
Rurouni
get you. I get you.
Kenshin.
I get you. Oh man. Yeah, but still, man, it's still like a. I don't know, man. It's just it's like it's like yay now, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll be late for that.
it's, it's just, and at a certain point, like yeah, it's like if you're not putting out enough fire, your actions become a little bit harder to ignore. Like I said, it's burned into my brain enough child's collections that they thought he was a distributor. I'm like, all right, my man.
Yeah, yeah, can't. Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
for the
yeah.
original run, but
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, throw
woo!
that. I get it. Yeah.
Signing off.
Fam, a distributor, dog.
Oh, this is your personal collection? Oh yeah, no. Come with us, please. But with Don to Don, I think just because even with the evil eye thing, and he's facing off of Okarun, again, it reminded me so much of like RPG, not even RPG, no, like RPGs, where you face off against the boss and then you recruit the boss, and now the boss is like ten times weaker. I feel like that's what DanDaDan is. Of like last season we had the dancing spirit, and she has like them on the ropes, and then it becomes the girl, and now we never see her or she's not as useful. I'm like, what is this power scaling? Is it about matchups, right? Is it like Bleach where it's like certain powers just gel better against others, or just
Well, I think there's a consistency because even the main character, he's not as powerful as when they fought the
right? He's not
yeah.
even
So
as
I
fast
think
as how
at
the
least
yeah.
I think there's a consistency there. And once they inhabit or part of that energy that they were using to kind of like that hurt
Mm.
gets resolved, that they
There's like
no
a drop
longer
off in
have the
power. Mm.
yeah, it's the drop off in power. So there's a consistency there. That's why it didn't really bother because Okra was the first person to be like technically depowered if that's the case,
Mm.
you know. But it's just refreshing, man. It's something new. This is like I love Delicious Dungeon, man. I
I need to keep watching it, but it's good.
I
It's good.
I and I wasn't expecting it to like it the way I do. And I was like, man, this is when I say, can I get more of this? Can I get? I'm gonna start watching Sakamoto days, but everybody keeps telling me now it fell off. So I'm like, yo,
That's what I heard too. I'm like,
what
already?
like what are you? All right, how? And then now everybody keep talking about this Kibaniri.
Or
That's
is it Kibanir or Gucci something with a G?
nah.
Gucci's.
I don't think it'll start with a G. I think
I
it's Kiba something.
Let me see. I think it's with a G, bro. It's like Gooch or something. Um, uh, I'm just gonna put in Gucci anime and see what comes up.
Gucci anime. That's crazy.
Because it's not spelled with Gucci. I feel like it's like a GH something 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 something.
Let me see. Well, Kibaniri is the other one that
Gachi
was like that.
Akuda.
Oh, that's what it's called.
I think so. The one that's like it's all over the place. Like it just premiered. Gachiakuta.
No, no, not that one. Not that one. Not that one.
But that's
Not
another
that
one
one.
I see
It's like
everywhere.
it's he's like a John Wick with a katana.
Oh, what about that?
Um, yeah, Kagurabachi.
I haven't heard about
That's
that
the
one.
one that's everybody's going crazy for. Yeah, you seen him, man. Hold on. You seen him, man. I got you. This guy.
Oh, okay. He looks like a solo
Yeah.
leveling character though. So I don't know. I still don't watch solo leveling yet either. I'm going to.
You you ever watch this show on JetX called Shinzo?
Mm-mm,
You never watched the show on Jet?
mm-mm. It's
We're
bad.
gonna have a watch party one day.
There's a lot of certain like
We're
there's
gonna have a
like
watch party one day, man.
there's a lot of anime where I'm like I wouldn't say that I'm a fake anime fan at all. Like I'll give a lot of things a shot, but there's a lot of things where it's just like if it doesn't catch me, it doesn't catch me. Like for everyone saying like,
Or
oh, the writing is so good in Zatch Bell, enjoy. You know, like
I still don't know what happened in Zatch Bell. Is the manga done though? Because I mean, no, it was getting raw. I like the Gravity dude. That dude was
I
fire.
don't watch it. I never have. I just there's certain things like it just doesn't. The characters don't appeal to me. The character designs aren't interesting. This little puppet boy, whatever. I'm like I don't care. Black Clover being a Naruto plot alike. I'm like I already had Naruto.
I know,
I don't need
man.
it.
But
But it's so
people love
fire.
it.
I know.
People like people are
Enjoy.
going. It's almost like how I feel about Absolute Batman.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've seen anything about
I've seen
Absolute
some of
Batman.
the concept
Yeah.
renders.
No, no,
Mm.
no. Once I saw Killer Croc, I said, "Listen, guys." And Bane,
I mean, Batman already is already like.
he has an axe now from his chest plate. Like that. How? I'm like, okay, y'all doing whatever y'all want. y'all doing whatever y'all want. This is Batman ninja riding. That's what I feel.
Well, we've already seen wild stuff over the past 2 years. But what in the past 5 years, we've seen Bruce and Clark do the fusion dance with the Green Lantern ring, right? Nothing is off the table at this point. Combine your willpower with mine. What? What are
And
we
you
talking
didn't die from
about?
Superman being a Kryptonian? Like you just didn't die? Like, okay, Batman.
What are we talking about?
I bet you spent $1 billion on that one, right?
Yeah. What?
I already knew I was gonna fuse with you. That way, this ring,
Yeah,
my will is
bro.
stronger than yours, Superman, allowing us to fuse.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, at that point,
Yeah, bro.
that's why I can't knock it too much. I'm like, we were already doing whatever. So
Yeah,
yeah.
dog. I don't,
I
man.
feel like I guess to me, I'm like my one concern with DanDaDan in particular is that unlike other anime, which at least allow room for other media to kind of like carry it. So like to me, I'm like the ball is being fumbled very, very heavily with Jujutsu Kaisen right now. Like you guys could be doing so much more with this property than you're doing. Whereas DanDaDan, I'm like, because it is very, very slice of life, it's like, well, you can't arena fighter. Not that I want you to, but you can't arena fighter this. It doesn't make sense. So what do you do? An RPG? Do you can
If
you do something with this? Like,
if yeah, you can. You did. There's a lot of approaches to these games, man. They don't have to follow one for one the anime story. This is where you get creative. You partner with the mangaka and you say, "Hey, what were you thinking about this? If there was an alternate way for you to do this, what would you have done?"
mm,
And that way you have your properties having both equal value and it also being its own thing. They don't have to follow one for one. They don't, you know? They don't. Like I think that's the beauty of having it doesn't have could you imagine a Cell Saga story where um Trunks did not find the first cell the first cell pod that he blew up
mm-hmm,
that was incubating and he didn't find it.
mm,
Like make that interesting. You can do stuff like that. And then
yeah.
this is a game. This is why people will come to the game. It's not gonna, oh man, I wish they no, 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 no. We're going to this game because this is the game universe is different. Fine.
While
You
I
know?
agree, I feel like it would take almost like top tier writing that I don't know that the mangaka in particular would have time to devote themselves to. So, for example, I do think that the One Piece games or some of the bigger budget ones do a good job of it's not just a recapping of the story, right? He'll give you a guy who has the vampire fruit. He'll give you this guy who puts them on an island similar to Skypiea. He'll give you like this robot mech island, whatever that's the
Hmm.
Straw Hats are stranded on with a completely original character that Oda drew. However, a lot of it ends up relying on those same old tropes from the anime and manga of like, yeah, there's really no reason for Akainu to even be in this story, but he is because we needed a boss fight. Like it's that I feel like it kind of runs into that problem as well of like, yeah, I mean, does Doflamingo make sense? No, but he's here, right? So I feel like even with Don, it'd be like, can you differ it in a way that wouldn't have to reference
You don't
the big
like you
bads?
create kind of like you guys do it with filler all the time.
True.
You do it with the movies all the time. Just do that same beat. That's it. It's not for me, it's a no-brainer.
Mm.
Certain things are a no-brainer. Like, yo, this is the game. It's not gonna play like the movie. I mean, it's not gonna play like the anime. That's a good thing because now we have two reasons for people to go to both party. We have separate avenues of income now. Giving not because you're gonna run into what Dragon Ball Z's been doing for the past 10 20 years, giving us the same Dragon Ball Z Goku story. Now they're eventually trying to switch it up, but it's gonna get to a point to where you just might have to do something else completely.
Mm.
All right, maybe Goku and friends will probably be featured on something like the
Well, they
sky's the
tried that, but
limit.
they didn't believe in it. Remember Dragon Ball Online?
Yeah, they didn't believe in it. And then now they're gonna have to go back to it because Xenoverse is gonna become what after a while?
Dragon Ball Online.
So either you built your Fantasy Star Online Dragon Ball Z universe
Mm,
and just reap the benefits because people are liking Xenoverse more than the actual game to where you can like fight. Where's Fighter Z, man? I mean, not Fighter Z. Where's Sparking Zero? You guys wanted this game for how many years?
mm-hmm.
Where's it? I don't
You're all going back to the universe.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear anything. They dropped a pack last week. Somebody said I'm either gonna buy Pokemon cards or this Xenoverse pack. Somebody said that. Somebody said that in the world, bro. In fact, there's probably 100 in every city, all across the globe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They said, yo, this new Pokemon EX sparking Mewtwo. Nah, Xenoverse pack, baby. Let's do it. Yeah, somebody said
I
that,
need
man.
I need Jiren with the glowing crystal glass out of his chest as a brand new character. I need that.
Yeah, yeah, let's do it, man. Let's get blue. Let's get let's get premium gray Jiren.
Right. Meanwhile, Hyper Dragon Ball Z is doing better than all of these games, and it's a fan made project. But neither here nor there.
Hey, just hey man, listen. As soon as Bandai Namco found out who's Nintendo's lawyer,
Oh
kaput,
yeah,
kaput.
FBI, open up,
Yeah, I
ladies
just
and gentlemen, we got him.
no, they're dropping the ball with these properties, but hey, listen, man. Um, the competition's getting competitive, man. Like I would man, one of my favorite animations from China's getting a part two, The Life of not The Life of Hi. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Yeah, but I'll find it.
Okay,
We can continue.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can transition into one of the properties where I think they're basically carrying it in supplemental property, which is Demon Slayer. Right? We
Hmm.
kind of alluded at it at the end of the last pod, and Rest Mode Lounge is the perfect place to get into it. But I think that Demon Slayer is being carried, literally swaddled
By the
by the
animations.
animation. UFO Table is going down as Wit Studios in the 2010s. They are going down as the GOAT when it comes to carrying and elevating a series.
Are they the
Because
ones responsible for Fate Stay Night?
I don't know. I don't know. But
Hold on. Let
yeah.
me ask. Let's see if Siri knows. Siri, who's responsible? The animation studio responsible for Fate Stay Night.
Yeah, the Fate series and Demon Slayer. They've also worked on Garden of Sinners, Tales of Zestiria, and God Eater.
Uh, Listen, them movies, fam. You ever watch the movies? Like I'm speechless. There was a scene. I don't know if his name is called Javelin or Lance or Spear. Their names are very very simple.
Okay.
And he's fighting some shadow dude on a truck on a truck. And when I say that fight scene was like, I was like, yo, this team is different.
I'll have to check it out.
I'll send you the clip, man. That's when I knew. Once I found out they was handling Demon Slayer, and once I saw the animation, how clean and fresh it was, I said, yeah, this is gonna be crazy. And but they proven themselves over and like I'm waiting for it to be done to start all over again. I'm not like that's how much I cherish those episodes because I felt alive again. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was Absorbo Man and absorbing some of the Hulk's radiation to become, even more strong. You know
Inspired.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, inspired.
So,
Yeah.
mm,
Um, Listen, yes, I agree because I've seen I've read the manga, and hey,
to the author's credit, the anime wouldn't be what it was without the character writing that she puts in.
yeah, that's
She's
true.
really good at character writing,
Hmm.
amazing at character writing.
Hmm.
That being said, the entertainment district in the manga is not the entertainment district in the anime. It's what I'll say.
Yeah,
You
it's not.
know, like,
It's good.
yeah,
It's good. It's fire. But this one is. It's like they gave it to John Woo in the '80s, man.
yeah. The entertainment district in the manga is a lot like the Mugen Train arc is, in that it's fairly underwhelming on its own. If you were to remove the anime aspect of the Mugen Train, it is a very, very underwhelming arc, all things considered. Y'all fight a Dream Eater? A Dream Eater. The Genjutsu master of the demons. Okay. He's absorbed the properties of the train itself. Okay. Let's not act like most people don't just either fast forward to or clip up the part where Rengoku fights Akaza and calls it a day. That's are we gonna have that conversation about the Mugen train?
You mean the movie or the?
Pick either or.
You think the movie was underwhelming?
Very. It does a better job of elevating what was there, but as a cinematic experience, do you find yourself returning to the Mugen train
Yeah.
off of what?
I mean, I just watch it because I mean, I know the payoff. And I think that's what I like about them. I like certain movies where it's slow, and after that, the payoff makes it all worth it. The builder makes it all worth it. Once I saw it was dreams, and I like usually dream for it to be a dream storyline or a dream arc or dream themed. Either two things is gonna be really good or really bad, and this one was okay. This one was good for me.
Okay. I
I
don't
kind
think it
of
was
braced
bad.
myself. Yeah, I
I
kind of
just
braced myself. Yeah,
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I braced myself for it being what it is, and it surprised me. So I wasn't really too. I was like, oh, okay, this is better than I thought it was gonna be. So I like it. Yeah,
To me, I think it's carried by Rengoku. Like, he's again the character. Like I said, the character writing. These characters are so one uniquely designed, right? Like I look at the designs. I'm like, I don't think we've seen something like this in a very long time when it comes to characters. Usually, you'll see a character and immediately you're like, I know exactly. You're a Sasuke like, or you're a Ichigo like, or you're a Kenpachi like. Where like Demon Slayer, I don't.
you don't know how these people are.
Yeah, there's a couple, obviously some common things, right? Of like, it's three young boys that are training to become, in a world they don't understand. I'm like, that's typical like shonen placement.
Yeah, but
But
they don't
even
remind me of
no, that's what
anybody.
I'm saying. But even in that, it's like it's not like I can't call Zenitsu like Krillin, or and like I
You
can't
can't.
I can't.
Yeah,
So
you can't call Tanjiro anybody either. Like he's not gone.
no, no,
He's not
no,
gone. He's definitely not. He's not Midoriya either.
no.
Thank goodness. And put the fries in the bag.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like if I had to, no, I can't even. I'm like, it's not even a good comparison. I was like, what would be the storyline of like? I feel like his storyline is it mirrors Sasuke to some degree, right? I'm avenging my family for a righteous cause, but he's so it's almost like righteous anger about it. that I can't compare it to like Sasuke's hatred. It's like, yeah, Tanjiro hates Muzan, but it's a justifiable, like, you murdered my family and turned my sister into a demon. I don't there's no there's no talk no jitsu here. Like
He
I'm
reminds me of Kenshin.
nah.
Not even. He doesn't even remind you of Kenshin.
Mm-mm. Because like even with Kenshin's like a reluctant hero to me.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
he does it because he knows he's the only person that has the power to stop this injustice. Whereas like Tanjiro, like I will put Kenshin in more as a reactionary character, and Tanjiro is more as a proactive character.
Okay. Okay, that's true.
Yeah,
That is true. You're right.
yeah. I just to me, I'm like, I think with Demon Slayer, it's almost like it's a trick that just happens to work. Like I say that
Wow.
because like if you really think about it, right, you're almost so engaged with what's going on screen that you don't start to think about how kind of ridiculous a lot of this is. When like okay, when we're doing the elements, I was on board. Wind breathing, flame breathing, water breathing. Okay, snake breathing, love breathing. These are swords. what 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 are we channeling here? Beast breathing, thunder breathing. Like what what do we?
Well, I mean, thunder breathing is still an element, right?
No,
Or it's
but
the
what I'm
sound,
saying is
right?
like the range of elements to draw from kind of just seems to be whatever fit the character design of like what is what is the correlation between sound breathing and flame breathing? Probably nothing, right? Like, and if it's something that can be taught, why does only Tengen know sound breathing? We could see that Rengoku taught at least some of the principles of flame breathing to Tanjiro.
Hmm.
You know, like there were certain things that could be passed on where I'm like, how do you teach love breathing? You know, like, but it's also like, don't think about it too hard. Just enjoy the
Captain Planet, the power.
right. But that's
You
what I
feel me?
mean. It's like you're all doing their elements, and he's like heart. It's like what is heart? What does heart mean? Vince from Recess just turned the mudslide into a stalactite wall. Like, and you're sitting there going heart. You know, like that's I feel like Demon Slayer to some degree has that of just like I already know when the characters start hallucinating and they see the vision of a dead family member. I'm like, oh, whoever they're fighting, it's over. The minute Tandro sees his family, yo, you're done. Pack it up. It is a wrap.
Oh man.
Don't let my boy catch a flashback. You're done. I remember my dad talking to me in the womb.
just
It's
like when, just like when, just like when Yu-Gi-Oh closes his eyes. It's the heart of the cards that
right.
guides me. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
All of a sudden, there's
that's a
8
wrap.
hands on his deck. Just, it's like the draw of destiny. No, I think that's cheating. Like I think we've gone past the oh, it's his willpower that had him draw the right card. Like no, I think it's something else. So do you feel like because Demon Slayer probably has at least 2 more movies to kind of wrap up the series.
And you saw the movie, right?
Yeah,
Dang. Oh, dog. Once you told me you said 10, I said, "Oh nah." I said they did everything right.
everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the last Demon Slayer movie, and it was not my favorite.
Well, because at that point they were just trying to milk the success they had from the Mugen Train of like we made how much during COVID? Oh, I mean, we could just just drop the mixtape. It's whatever.
Oh my goodness, man. Yeah. Yeah, nah, most definitely, man. I just I'm excited, man. When does it drop?
September 12th ish.
September 12th?
September something.
All right. I gotta remember to call out that day. Okay.
That's funny. But yeah, you don't. Do you feel like it's gonna
I think it's gonna be amazing. Listen, Demon Slayer, yeah, is a series that I'm gonna wait till it finishes to watch it all over again. I enjoyed it that much, man. Visually.
hmm.
I like the manga too. It didn't. I don't know, man. It didn't. I guess during the time, man, we was desperate. We desperation. You feel me? But I enjoyed the manga for what it was.
It was good. It's a good
Yeah.
like again.
She just draws wild when it comes to drawing small kid. It's just hilarious. But
Yeah,
again, man, I don't know what else is out there for me to go crazy for. Nothing's really speaking to me. I'm glad Fire Force is getting another season,
yeah,
so I'm looking forward to that.
yeah,
I was enjoying Fire Force. Um, Man, there's to be honest with you, this is the first time there's no One Piece is still holding it down. I don't know where this Funko Pop what's it, I don't know what it's called, but the Funko Pop Vegapunk arc is going.
Oh, I mean, we gotta. I feel like one thing that One Piece is getting all the way right that I don't think it gets its just due. Of I think it's helping to beat the absentee father allegations that most manga get.
Mm.
Like you're getting for every Luffy's dad who's like, "What are you doing as a father?" Everyone else, like Kuma's backstory, Senor Pink, the one that with the that fought Frankie, that wears the baby outfit, his backstory.
Yeah, nah, his backstory was too much, fam. That right there was just like, dog. Kid, what am I watching, dog? Am I
I
am I
almost wanted
did
to
I
beat Frankie. That's how good the backstory was.
dog, bro. That's
You lost your child, your wife went silent, and to make her smile, you dress up in baby's clothes. Man. And this is the same arc
the same
with the
arc
toy soldier
with
and
not
his
bro,
daughter.
that toy soldier story, kid. Dog, don't ever show me that junk again. That junk finished me, dog. I'm just trying to watch some hands being thrown across the screen, kid. They got me holding Oscar tears.
She's dying in my arms and I can't feel her presence. I can't feel anything.
And then when you watch it again, it hurts even more because he stalls when he sees her. And I'm just like, and now I'm like, yo, dog, I can't take no more of this, man. I
Father
can't take
of
no
the
more of this,
year,
bro.
year character after character after character after
He,
character.
you know what, low key, you know which one gets me, dog? When that man Whitebeard hug homie, that joke touched my heart, kid. I was like, yo, what's going on, kid? What's going on, kid? I was
Mhm.
like, yo, dog, but he slashed him, betrayed him, kid. He's like, I said, kid, this hug powerful, dog. Yo, kid, that's when I started getting more respect to him. I said, dog, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I just had to admit to myself, I said, you did that, man. Oh
This
my gosh,
character, that
yo.
character writing is different, bro. It's different.
Dog. My goodness,
Father
kid.
of the year, run
And,
up
and
after run up after run up.
Gon's dad, who?
Right,
Yo,
right.
Hunter, Hunter, who?
Everyone else gone. Absentee father.
Hey,
I guess Bleach. Ichigo's dad is there, but
that man chilling, bro. He to me, I always saw him as he's dealing with stress in ways, and he finds different ways to still not show his family he's grieving.
right, which I
You know what I'm saying?
respect. But it's just also this weird thing of like you had this much information about his
You was
mom,
th-
and,
and you was this gangster?
yeah, and you
Oh
didn't
no, no, no,
say
no,
a
but I believe that. I
word.
believe that. I believe that because that's how my family is. I believe that.
Mm,
I believe that. Just like Attack on Titan. My dad knew everything all along.
mm.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
look at One Piece. Those guys know everything
Which guys?
about rocks,
Oh yeah,
about rocks
yeah,
and crew.
yeah.
Yeah, you know
but
how it is. You
but
gotta
that
go
was,
find the oracle of your
but that
family.
was a different era, bro. Like it's you saw Rox's crew. It's like, fam, what are we
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido underneath the same umbrella. What are we doing?
You might as well said you had all of Dark Sides. What's the new charity? You know,
The new
the new gods, the
yeah,
new
yeah.
Genesis. Might as well just say you had new Genesis and friends,
hmm
huh?
Yeah.
Hit Orion on that. Once I see that little thing come from the boom too, I say, yo, everybody hit the
Get
deck.
down. Get down.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I'm trying to think who else had a absentee dad. Or just, of course Goku always falls underneath that category. Um
I first Burdock is the only Burdock I recognize. I'm sorry. I know Dragon Ball Z, Super, Broly. They did their rendition of Burdock, but he's not real to me. It's first Burdock. That's the real one.
I mean, they don't make. I feel like they didn't make drastic changes to his character with the retcon. Like a lot of it still kind of ends up in the same place.
It don't hit the same though,
No, you're
man.
right
With
because
that
it's
young,
just it kind of goes against what we knew about the
it
characters
just
at that
don't. It
time.
took it to me because it took like it goes in the same place, but he didn't leave better than they
No, they didn't improve
from
anything.
yeah. So it's just like
They didn't improve it. But I guess like because we had also gotten that special a couple years ago where he gets blasted through time and becomes the legendary Super Saiyan, I'm like, I think I'll take what's happening in Broly over what I'm seeing right now in front of us. Like I think if I had to pick one, I'll take retconned Jorel
so
Bardock over
so so you mean to tell me Frieza got a dad named Chill, a grandpa named Chill,
an ancestor named Chilled.
an ancestor named Chilled, and where's the rest of his fat bloodline? Like that's what I can't stand about Dragon Ball Z, dog. You got this entire clan, no backstory. That's what you get. 9 years of no break.
Mm,
Of hard work. Okay, well, you know what? Let it be.
mm.
9 years of no break. Nine, he got a job for 9 years straight. Yeah, okay, I can understand.
I mean, I feel
Yeah,
like we'll never know, unfortunately, at this point. But I think it was up to Toriyama. He would never draw Dragon Ball again.
yeah,
If
probably.
if it
Yeah,
was if
probably.
it had it been up to him, Sandland would have been his bread and butter.
And we would have looked at you like,
Right.
nah, bro.
But I mean, like on one hand, with that, it's like you almost like you curse the movie, but thank the movie of Dragon Ball Evolution. Of like, had we not gotten Dragon Ball Evolution, Toriyama would have never came out of retirement.
Mm.
He saw that movie and was upset. Upset. Someone who is notoriously uncaring about his characters and the way they're used and continuity saw that and was like, no. No, 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 no. We're not doing
Oh,
this.
wow.
But yeah, I mean, I think to your point, I'm like, I am kind of curious what happens post Demon Slayer hype because a lot of the other supplementary anime that aren't One Piece aren't doing it. Like, I think you still want that next generation to really get into your properties. And I just don't see a clear winner in that category. Right? I'm like, Jujutsu Kaisen's already over, technically. My Hero Academia couldn't get it done.
Now,
Boruto's, you
so
know.
when you say Jujutsu Kaisen's over, it's like it's on its final arc, or
Oh, the manga's been done.
was the ending spectacular?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's what I sensed. There was no conversation,
Right. You didn't know it
just
was finished.
straight soda, straight 4 week old soda, dog.
When the impact doesn't spill over, you know there was no impact.
Yeah, I was
That
like, okay,
ending was
all of that for no.
okay.
Okay, at least it wasn't Tridash. You feel me? Yeah.
What can I say without spoiling it too much?
Give me a movie.
Give you a movie?
Give me a movie. As far as like how the ending felt to you. that we both seen, that we know of, that we talk about all the time, constantly.
Um, hmm. How do you feel about Jurassic Park: The Lost World?
You mean part two?
Yeah,
I like part two, man.
I do
I don't
too.
hate it.
I do
I
too.
like part two.
But let me ask you: when the T Rex is in the city causing all kinds of chaos, do you feel like you got what you were hoping for from a T Rex being loose in downtown? Or did the movie kind of peak with the velociraptors in the tall grass?
Tall grass, you unmatched.
That's Jujutsu Kaisen's last arc. The tall grass scene happens, and then you get the T Rex big, big kitty little city um, arc. That's the last arc, last part of Jujutsu Kaisen for me. So that
Mm.
would kind of be my comparison
Okay,
of.
give me another movie, because it's like I actually enjoyed that part, but when you mention it that way, I can see where you're coming from. But I still enjoy the T Rex being loose in the city.
I'm not saying that the last part of Jujutsu Kaisen is bad. I'm just saying you think of the tall grass scene.
Okay, okay.
You
Mm.
think of everything up
So
until her doing the gymnast kick out the
Shibuya arc.
window. Shibuya arc, it's going to be hard to argue that this is where it peaked
Hmm.
because the next arc technically is just a very, 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 very long arc until the end, depending on
Hmm.
how you look at it. So to me, I'm like, because the next arc is going to be like the culling, technically, the culling games.
Hmm.
But the culling games doesn't really have like a break into the end. There's like an event that takes place, and then you're just in the final arc. So a lot of the things that you're finding out in terms of lore and story and characters are almost like through flashbacks as the fights are progressing. So it doesn't, to me, doesn't feel earned. Of like, sure, they can just do that now. Okay, because they trained off screen. Cool. Oh, him too. Oh, and her. Sure. Oh, so Sukuna has the
Mm.
power of everything. Sure. Why not? That's
So
what
he
I.
turns to true ogre. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Or even again using Demon Slayer as an example, when you find out the true extent of Muzan's powers, of like, so he can just like we're just he's only limited by his imagination. Okay, I guess I'll do my sun breathing for the 45th time and hope it works this time because he just shapeshifted again. Amazing. You know, like that's how Jujutsu Kaisen was kind of in that same way. So like to me, I'm like I just don't know what will be that thing of
Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan. Lackluster.
um that's hard to say because I don't know what people really wanted from Attack on Titan ending. Like I don't like it, but I don't know what I would have preferred. You know, like once Aaron does the rumbling and humanity's getting stomped out as we know it, I'm like, this can only end but so many ways. You know, like that's it.
Dog.
There's no other way for it. Like,
Dog. Yo.
it's option A or option B. That's
You
it.
know what I felt when I was reading the ending panels of that thing, fam? I felt like I was watching dog. Like I felt like I was watching the last scene of the Matrix when you just had the Sentinels just okay. That's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it can only end so many ways. We this is it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
So that's why I'm like I'm always again we've talked about it even on the pod of like I do not like Attack on Titan ending. I really don't. I really really don't. But I'm like I just don't know what else they could have done given where the story was. I'm like if the rumbling has to happen, which it kind of has to because once you show that Titans were in the walls the whole time, There has to be a payoff. You have to pay it off. It can't just be
and y'all just was chilling.
for
Y'all ain't do
years.
nothing to evacuate. And he looking right. He was awake, or he was just
He was
sleeping.
waking up and they put the cloth back over him so he would go back to sleep because they're activated by sunlight. So you have to the Titans have to come out of the walls.
Straight CIA. Oh yeah, we know this. Harada actually got that idea from us. True
Hmm.
Ogre is actually in our lab right now. We're just making sure 17. We're just making sure 17 eclipses don't happen over there, Aztec. That's why we built it. Yeah, like I'm just like dog.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I said, "Yo, y'all just y'all just cool with this, Mister Pastor?"
Because then it's like, well, what do you say? The things that are killing you guys are the things that are protecting us. Ironically, what do you say? How do you spin that?
And you can't go outside. You got the
Right.
mutated,
So that's what I'm saying.
the
I'm like,
mutated
to me,
titans just sprinting.
there was too many things of like, okay, we're having the rumbling. Then you have the whole thing with Ymir and the parasite of like, what do you even do with this? And I'm cool.
Resident
Yeah, I'm cool with the no,
Resident
like,
Evil.
yeah, right. I'm cool with the whole like, oh, we don't know where the thing came from. Like, listen, it's a primordial being. It doesn't have to make like you. Sometimes you don't want to know how the magic was made. You really don't. You think you do.
You don't need to. You don't need to. Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
need
you
to,
think you
man.
do. You really don't want to know. Just know it's capable of doing certain things that are beyond our understanding. Cool. But once you introduce those things, you have closed off the amount of options available to you, in my opinion. So with Attack on Titan, it's just like, what else could they have done? Either Aaron wins or he loses. Those are your only options, really.
Yeah, but okay. You were gonna continue about the mangas. You said,
Oh,
not Killzone, Jujutsu Kaisen.
yeah. I think it's just we're at a point now where when I see the next generation of cosplay kids, I just don't know what they're dressing up as besides One Piece characters. Like I really don't. Chainsaw Man is a little bit maybe too mature for certain audiences, so it's not gonna get the exposure that it probably
Yeah,
needs.
it is too. It's too mature and it's too Western written in a way.
Mm,
It appeals to like a Western style. I don't. That's why I guess it's not blowing up in Japan like we thought it would.
yeah.
But
So
over here in the States, like Chainsaw Man is sliced bread.
mm,
Because it borrows from a lot of Western beats. So,
yeah, so you have
um,
that. I think they're trying to salvage My Hero by doing the side manga now with the guy that has like the little skate powers, which apparently is a really good story. Arguably, he's a better protagonist than Midoriya, from what I've heard.
it doesn't work.
It's not gonna matter at this point.
It's not gonna matter. Yeah,
You
you
just
should have released that with
yes,
the manga at the
yep.
same time, not like.
You just show me
And then
stars
the
and
thing is,
stripes. Grab a nuke.
nobody's talking about it.
Yeah,
Nobody's talking about
My
My
Hero.
Hero Academia. It doesn't exist anymore. It's just like,
But
but
that's what.
we still talking about Naruto. I
Hmm.
can see a clip every other week where Madara drops down Meteor. I can see a clip where Naruto fights Sasuke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could see a clip where Kakashi catches both their Rinnegan and Chidori and
Yeah.
throws them.
Hmm.
I could catch 15 clips on a YouTuber page where this man, the Eight Tails, is dicing up Sasuke.
Yeah.
I could catch that. I could catch pain. So did you really think that this would? Oh, yeah. We could catch that, man. You
Mm.
feel me? And it's just, but um, it's no presence, dog. Nope. And it's just heartbreaking because you started off with so much momentum. So to me, I know this is off topic. Should manga studios focus on writing stories to completion, then editing them later to see finish stories to completion so it could be way more, and then editing it to give a final product better, versus them writing chapter by chapter and then just linking the two. Because I find out even in Hollywood, it does not work unless you write the story in the season of the story.
That's a great question. I think it honestly depends. And the reason why it honestly depends is for every character or every story that we've seen where, like you said, winging it has not really not paid off. I would not advise. There are,
Bleach.
yeah, Bleach, Dragon Ball. Trying to think where else that they winged it. Or at least how we know for a fact that they winged it. My Hero was winged for sure. Um, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Boruto.
I don't know. Boruto was winged. Maybe not. But I was gonna say on the opposite side of planning out too much. Kishimoto has had gone on record multiple times when they were asking him about before we got to the end of Naruto that he was like, "I've already made up in my mind that this is gonna end with Naruto and Sasuke fighting." Even though, as the story is progressing, it made less and less and less sense for them to fight. To the point where, like, when Sasuke has the heel turn after beating Kaguya, I'm like, why are you still like this?
No, 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 no. But so no, no, no. But my like that problem. The problem there is nobody read this. Nobody proofread this to say, "Hey, this doesn't make any sense."
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he had already in his mind of like, this is how
No,
the
no, you
story
don't.
ends.
No, no, but you don't do that. You don't do that to that. Like I don't. You don't do that. The reason why you write a story in totality from this is Jory speaking.
Mm,
Super SSS rank. You write a story in totality, and when I say in totality, lightly, because there's ways to where like no matter what words are being exchanged, the story, as long as the sentence has its structure and main point, you can't go wrong.
mm,
Like they're gonna talk about this.
mm.
Whatever words they use along the way, as long as it ends with this clause, we're fine. And then you can write your dialogue around that. Whether a table falls and this, that, that, this information will get revealed. This information will get revealed. But you write it in totality so that when you see stuff that you made in your mind as far as an end, does it make any sense? You change the ending.
But that's all I was saying. I feel like
Yeah.
they, I don't know if it's Japanese culture. I don't know if it's just classic human stubbornness. I feel like the mangaka that we've heard about that had the ending in mind. It's like, why did you think this was like even Attack on Titan? He said like, I already knew how I wanted it to end. This is the ending I had 10 years ago, and it's like, but the story you were writing, it, somewhere along the line, this had or should have changed. Versus like, then I look at like Oda with One Piece. He said multiple times, he's like, before I even started this manga, I had already written a general outline of Thriller Bark before I started.
Gen- General outline. And I'll take that. Because you change.
Mm-hmm.
You change, you know?
Yeah. Like, I already knew I was going to introduce Brooke here, and there's going to be this story. I'm going to tie into the giant whale from chapter 12. Like, and Buggy is going to be a clown who knows Shanks and and this and this. Like, he already had that, like, written out. I think that's fine. And again,
Yeah.
allowing yourself, the like you said, an outline, the
The
room.
wiggle room.
Yeah, to change things but like, the hard ending to completion, I don't see enough evidence of it working.
Okay. Okay. But as for you, don't you think that would work for you?
For me,
If you
yes.
were
Right?
okay.
So like that's why like I've always been a big defender of the Matrix trilogy of like this feels like a story that they knew from like Matrix 1. From the moment Neo has his final fight with Agent Smith in the first movie, like this is going to come back later. And every single character, especially in 2, hints at all of that. The cycle, the creator, all the things that the Oracle is saying about the outliers in the Matrix. The Merovingian. I'll admit, you're better than the other ones. All of these things hint towards something. So I'm like, for me, it works. I would probably structure my story that way. I would probably have an ending in mind before I started a story. But again, I haven't seen enough evidence overall
Okay.
to be like that is the definitive way to tell a tale.
Cause we pay for it. Cause even in like I'll even use Western media like Justice League Unlimited. You can tell where like okay, this is not what they wanted to do. Cause next
Mm,
episode, Darkseid shows up.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, it's heartbreaking. And even Batman Beyond, they're like, yo, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? They had to
mm,
finish it 10 years later.
yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
So
Um,
I don't know. I don't know if that answers your question. I think it just depends. It depends. It depends. And like to
it
me, I'm like
does.
you have to be a
I just
genius to
yeah.
wing it, and most people aren't geniuses that way. Like we don't. I think we kind of sleep on what a creative genius Toriyama was to be able to write the manga every week on the fly. That does not
Yeah,
happen.
wow. Can we okay, because for me, Full Metal Alchemist, that's a perfect example of I don't think she winged it, in my opinion.
I don't think she winged it. I don't know if she had the ending in mind from the gate though. I
She
feel like
probably did it.
yeah, but I feel like the outline set it up of like we knew from episode one that these two brothers wanted to try to get their bodies back. We just didn't know the how. You know, so I'm like, I feel like maybe that was the same thing for her. Of like, I know at some point I'm gonna make sure they get their bodies back. I just don't know how. Luckily for her, it made all the sense in the world. But it's also something like maybe is she a genius? You know, like I don't know. It's hard to
Mhm.
say for a fact of like you've written such a rich world with such absolute rules and such in-depth characters that it would be hard for you to fumble. And I would actually say, and this I guess is us continuing to get off topic. I would actually say the final fight in Full Metal Alchemist to me was a better payoff of what we got from the final fight in Demon Slayer because they're very similar,
They are very similar.
very similar. But I think Full Metal Alchemist does that type of face off better than what Demon Slayer did.
I still like both though,
You can. I'm not saying that the ending, like the
man.
ending of Demon Slayer, is trash, but
No,
it's in
you right, you right, you right. No, you right, you right, you right, you right, you right. No, no, no. But
because Father
you're
wasn't
right.
just doing whatever he wanted. You know,
No,
at a
he
certain
wasn't
point,
doing whatever. Yeah, okay.
his powers were
There
established.
was
Yeah,
there was high intensity. Like okay,
yeah. The
okay, okay.
homunculus in the flask was like, "Yo, I can make a sun in the palm of my hands." Oh, we're done. Like it's over. Like, oh, this is your peak, right? And we got to figure out how to get you down from your peak. Versus, yeah, Muzan, he can. He just can. What? Has he shown any signs of being able to do this before? No. So, how does this work exactly? Don't think too much about it.
Hey, I'll be right back. Let
All
me
right.
go get something.
But yeah, in conclusion, I just I don't have. In conclusion, I don't have a conclusive answer to your question. I don't know for sure.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, but that's just my point because it's like this doesn't work, man. Like your legends have done this before and it doesn't work. Like even for me, because there's parts where when you write in totality, you can see which one of your arcs are a banger.
Hmm.
And if this arc is my banger, maybe I might want to start off with an arc to where it's not as, you know, hitting like this one. Because this one makes me feel like I'm watching this again, right? You
Yeah,
know, and when I say make me feel like I'm watching this again, like the excitement, like when One Piece reached what it reached was when it had like three back-to-back arcs.
of
You know, you
just.
can argue of just heat.
Mm,
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right? There was stale moments, but Stardust Crusaders, that payoff, those last couple of chapters, man. That's Oscar nominated because this like e- even if he decided to do something with Polnareff, even if Polnareff fought Dio for a little bit, right? We knew, like you're just like, yo, this is not gonna last long, bro. Polnareff is rope. But then Joe Taro and Fred showing up through the wall. Oh man, that still hits.
Yeah.
It still hits whether you have a battle or no battle.
Hmm.
You know? And from there, because to me it's like, yo, when you write it in totality, like my only thing with Full Metal Alchemist is they didn't do nothing with like Armstrong's sister. Unless I missed something. Or
That's not true. That's not true.
she just like vanished towards like the end. Wasn't she fighting? Who's she fighting
She
towards? I
fought
gotta watch it
Sloth.
again.
Yeah, you gotta watch it again, bro. She fought Sloth.
That lady was raw.
She was amazing.
That was a raw lady. That's a raw female character.
Full
Yeah,
Metal
I forgot
Alchemist has
about
some of
her.
the most undeniable, well-written female characters I've ever seen.
That's a
You
raw.
can't argue
That's
with.
a raw. That's a raw female character. I mean, to me, whatchamacallit is always gonna be my favorite female villain, female character of all time, dog. Um, Killer, the sister.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah,
she's just too gangster for me,
just
man.
the
I'm
heels
sorry,
and the
man.
little with the sword. Yeah,
And I like my Virgil clones, man.
yeah.
You feel me? I like my Virgil clones, man. Even though yeah, she's too hard, dog.
I know we're wrapping up, but the thing that I would say to maybe even counter again a little bit of what you're saying about the planning, I would imagine that sometimes you could fall too in love with the idea of something where it might need to change. So, like, even with Oda, he probably could not think of a better way to introduce hockey than during Skypia. But Skypia was still way too long and way too boring. You know what I'm saying? Of like, I get it because like if you don't watch Skypia, then you don't really get to see the foreshadowing of hockey like that.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
have to watch it at least once. But it's just like, oh, I didn't need to know the history of the Sky Warriors and the Great Snake and the.
But 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 I can't say it's not irrelevant because of how Luffy look now.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like that. I feel like that's the trade off though of like,
It should have just been more interesting. That's all.
yeah,
That's what he
that's the
could have.
trade off
Yeah,
of
but
like,
that's why I would say like I feel what you're saying, but for me, like you still have control. Like you're able to see like, yo, this arc is not hitting as much as this arc does. Like I know we're gonna use Sam Raimi as a director. I know he's furious because he said, yo, the Spider-Man that you guys would have gotten.
I would have turned the Vulture into a legend. He would have gone down as one of the goats if I got to make Spider Man
This,
the way I wanted to.
rest in peace, Heath Ledger. But Christopher Nolan was saying, guys, do you know the Dark Knight 3 that you guys would have gotten if two of my actors didn't die?
In my original script, the Joker was in jail, not dead. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the what ifisms of the world, bro. Something we'll never.
The what? The yeah, no, and it's mad painful, man. It's
Yeah.
heartbreaking, right? Like Metal Gear Solid Rising. What if now we got Ninja Gaiden Rising Tokyo Ghoul? I'm hot, man. I'm furious, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm gonna be that man. I'm gonna be that man for this, for right. You're just now getting popularity for Ryu Hayabusa. He's just now starting to make an imprint on the youth. And what do? You commit the three sins. You got Bayonetta. You try to replace Bayonetta with a younger Bayonetta. Within that, another Bayonetta. What? Then you introduce, yo, fam. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? That's not crazy to you? And you think this makes sense on paper? Then we're gonna make a
Just wait till we get
Bayonetta.
Beautiful Joe 3 and it's his son.
Ain't no way you gonna make me play somebody who not Joe. We already got the three. I want my Joes, man. We got Joe Budden. We got Joe Rogan. I want my beautiful Joe. Don't do that to me, man.
Oh, I don't know, bro.
Don't do that to me. Don't and then let me continue. Now you did it with Devil May Cry. That didn't work out too well for you.
Hmm.
You redeemed yourself, but no, kid, nobody playing this V like that, man. I didn't wake up and enjoy the V missions. I did not. They were
Cool,
cool,
cool concept.
cool concept, but I want to fight. I want to do more combos.
Mm.
You know? No. And then you have to control two characters at the same time in a Devil May Cry game. Three characters at the same time in a Devil May Cry game. Fam,
Mandatory missions too. Like, they want.
mandatory missions. It's not side missions, not bonus missions, mandatory missions. Then now, y'all got me playing as Yakumo in a in a Ninja Gaiden game. Like y'all doing this, and then both you're responsible to Platinum Games for doing that. And now I gotta watch it be done to Ninja Gaiden. For whatever reason, they got a problem with the stuff that already works. You think people don't want to play as Dante? They asked for Devil May Cry 5 to play more Dante because we felt snubbed in 4.
I mean, you got more Dante.
And boring stages with none of the concepts carrying over from the first
Oh,
boss fight with
yeah.
Nero.
No, sure. I'm just
Betrayal.
no for sure. I'm just saying, like,
Betrayal.
in terms of like,
And instead of V, you could have given us Virgil, but we fighting Virgil as the final boss again, and you want me to give you money for Dragon's Dogma 9? Go no, leave the company, bro. Get out of here, man.
that was a pretty bad plot twist. I'm like, how much times you guys got to fight Virgil's consciousness at this point? Didn't we do this
Like
whole
we fighting Magneto Onslaught.
right, right? I'm
No,
like, did
man.
this not already not working too? You guys, no, but let's do it again. It's okay. We don't need it. We don't need these brothers to always fight. It doesn't. I'm sorry that you guys killed off your greatest villain in one. That's y'all fault. Like, don't put that on the players.
Y'all could have brought him
You
back.
could have.
He okay if Virgil being who he was a mid boss fight, and then Virgil's transformation wind up being a resurrection host sealed for
from
because
from on this.
for Mundus
Mm.
sealed part of his like a curse mark sealed
He
part of
was
his
yeah
soul
yeah
and
yeah yeah.
energy into his I would Oscar nomination. But no, I like it. Yo, I'm sorry, bro. It's up to me. That's why I put the Infinity Gauntlet as my profile picture, bro. It's up to me. It's up. It's up to the five, 6 stones.
That's funny.
All 6 stones, dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have two gloves, and instead of snapping them, clapping, man.
Hulk
Like
clap.
nah, oh, clap with two gloves on, man.
No. If he puts his hands together, it'll be the end of all of us. No.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same. Like, some way, I'm like, I feel like I gotta really embrace it, my inner critic. Like, I feel like I've kind of always
No,
half
no,
stepped
please, no, 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 no,
because
no.
a lot
We
of
we
times,
need we need WWF at not
but,
E. We want WWF at E, man.
but
We want WWF.
it's a conflict because I'm critiquing the industries that I want to be involved in. Right? It's like, do you really want to hear me talk about movies that I want to act in? Do you really want to hear me talk about video games that I want to like? I want the podcast to be sponsored by. I don't know. It's hard. Like,
I'll take the damage. Take the damage. I'll take that
you know, like, I
responsibility.
could really go there, but I'm like, but at what cost?
I'll take that responsibility. I'll take the blow for you, but I'll take the blow for you, homie.
You know?
Go ahead and get the squeaky clean corporate talk. Go ahead. I got you, man. It's
Okay.
okay, man. I can handle it, man. I'll be making my money. I could draw.
Yeah.
They don't know I can draw. I know I can draw
Mm.
very well, very well.
Yeah.
It's just gonna take me 3 months to excel, and these 3 months are gonna be the most fruitful months I ever have drawing because I know how fast I can get good. I look at me now. I could have been a lot further.
Mm.
Do not be the tortoise and the hare is my story. I learned my lesson.
For sure. For sure.
I
I
learned my
mean,
lesson.
I guess, like, to me, it's like, sometimes you try to run from what was already right in front of you. So I think there is that part of it too, of like, you have to lean into certain things. I mean, perfect example is the podcast. How many years I was like, Jory, come to this podcast with us, and you was like, nah, fuck, like, look, Look.
100,000 subscribers later. It should have,
Look.
could have been. Oh,
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen that have tuned in for this Rest Mode Lounge, thank you guys for tuning in for episode volume 2 of the Rest Mode Lounge. Again, this is a far, obviously, if you didn't realize by hour 1, a far less structured sit
yeah,
down.
we just go everywhere, man. We
Yeah,
just
but I hope you guys enjoy. I mean, I think to be more transparent with the audience, I think for us is like we all know we want to do more, and our current lives don't really allow that for as much as we would like to. So to me, I'm like Rest Mode Lounge is like it's a way of like here is a fragment of what we could do if we had the opportunity, right? It's like if we had
yeah.
the things to kind of like supplement our income, or if we had these things to kind of like be able to record more often, like I got to me, I mean, I know you do, but I'm like, I got topics for years. This whole thing where like pause running out of content, I'm like, that's y'all,
Oh
not
no,
me.
no, yeah, that's that. Yeah, okay. Our regular, natural conversations, man. Yo, if we could go back to the iPhones that we had and just, oh, like, yo, yo, this is a topic right here. We have infinite wealth of information,
Yeah.
man.
So to me, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Look forward for some of my gameplay coming up. I got everything necessary. I got the audio to work
nice.
finally, and I got the little camera right here. I got my little iPad Pro that I'm gonna be using as my webcam. So my iPad mini. So I'll be fine.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
I'll say some tricks, but be ready. It's
Hmm.
yeah, like I said off camera last time. Like there's not enough RAM in the world. That's all I can
Wow.
say.
Okay.
But till next time, everybody. I am Antonius the Gamer, Super SSS rank. Until next time, peace.
Peace.